Don Westfall along with Andy Hedlund back for one last time here on the weekend as again the Mavericks do the job they need to on the home ice, and after last night's 3-0 win they come back with another 3-goal win tonight. Unfortunately they do give up the 1 goal late, made it interesting, but they get a couple of late goals for Max Cota and they win this one again, a 3-goal margin. 4-1 is our final score here tonight. And again, Danny, as we move into the highlights, important each night the Mavericks get that first goal. They got it early last night, halfway through the first here tonight, but a big goal coming up here for Jordan Nelson on the one-timer.
Yeah, and Coach said it. I mean, this is one of their keys, and just a nice play all around. Shot like that, I mean, goalie's not going to stop that very often. That's
where things ended after the first period of play, and then we'd move into the second. The Mavericks will get a power play tally. The Mavericks here with Knutson fires one into the top of the crease. We thought maybe Michaelis had swatted into the net. It actually ends up going off Zach Fry. The goal is credited to Knutson, his 14th of the season. Again, power play for the Mavericks. They get a power play goal each night. They also do the job on the penalty kill.
Absolutely, and you know, a couple different lines there on the power play this weekend scoring, which was fun to see.
Not a great play defensively there, as early in the third, Height is able to break through and split a couple of defenders for that goal, his 7th of the season, and that made things a whole lot more easier than maybe it should have been. It was 2-1 at that time, and then at the 15-10 mark, right off the face-off in the zone, Jordan Nelson wins the draw, and Cota finds the back of the net.
Yeah, you can just sense Jones's frustration in that he played a decent game, but again, get those pucks to the net and good things happen.
Cota would end the game also with an empty net goal, so he had 2 goals on the night and was our #1 star here. He, along with Pulaski, playing well. Cota now with 6 goals on the season. So there you see the statistics, much closer tonight as far as shots on goal. Alaska put 7 more on than they did a night ago. Well, block shots pretty even. Mavericks again with the power play goal that we talked about. And then face-offs. It was a more even contest here tonight. Mavericks did a better job out shooting things last night. But more importantly, as we're talking about statistics, there's that final score in from Bemidji. And so that series, despite the fact that Bemidji coming in with the regular season championship, they lose tonight to 4-2 to Northern Michigan. So that series will go to a third and deciding game tomorrow night, as you also see Michigan Tech with the win and then Bowling Green with the win over Fair State. So both Tech and Bowling Green sweeping those series. And really what that does, Andy, is the fact that we're going to end our broadcast tonight and we don't know how this thing is going to end up. Basically the scenario that will play out, and I talked to Billy Robertson, the WCHA commissioner, and he had a big smile on his face. It's not that he's not a Bemidji State fan, but with this new format, it kind of worked out just like the conference wanted, because really nothing's decided right now. If Bemidji State wins tomorrow night, they win the series, and then they and Tech both host. But if Northern Michigan would pull out the huge upset as the #8 seed, that means we're back here next Friday night because the Mavericks would be the 2nd highest seed remaining, and then they would host Ferris State.
Very exciting with this format, and the same thing can happen next week when we see who's going to win there. We aren't going to know who's going to be playing where and who's going to be the home team. So very exciting for the league this year.
I know Dan McCarg would like to be back here. We'd like to have you back in the building as well, and we'd like to see a whole lot more fans down here. But basically, you're just going to have to kind of hang with your social media outlets. WCHA.com obviously would be a good site. But again, if Northern Michigan wins tomorrow night, they'll win the series, and we'll be back here next Friday for the semifinal round where the Mavericks then would take on actually Bowling Green in that series. And if Bemidji State wins, that means they, along with Michigan Tech, would host the series, and the Mavericks would have to travel out. And that's a long trip out to Houghton, and that's going to be a tough series for the Mavericks. Michigan Tech and the Mavericks, that's been a really good, intense series last couple of years.
Well, and just the parity in the league right now. I mean, you said it before that the bottom half teams have been playing quite well, so who knows what's going to happen in Bemidji tomorrow. I mean, that's anything can happen there. You got one game, any team can win that type of game.
Playoff hockey, it makes it exciting, and we were glad you were with us this weekend because the Mavericks certainly delivered on a good weekend of hockey. And again, we certainly want to thank you, Andy, for stepping in, helping us out for the weekend. Andy Hedlund and myself, Don Westfall, along with all the students from Bethany Lutheran College, who importantly, you need to know, they gave up part of their spring break to bring you hockey, and they might have to come back here again early next weekend. We might be back here Friday night. If it's not, maybe we'll see you in 2 weeks. If nothing else, fans, we're glad you were with us this weekend. We were glad you were with us this year here on a Maverick Hockey Weekend. Once again, our final score tonight is the Mavericks sweep Alaska 2-0 in the series. It's the Mavericks tonight with the win 4-1 over the Canucks. Thank you for watching, and maybe we'll see you next weekend. If nothing else, we look forward to more Maverick hockey next year.